What is up, guys? This is Muddvain bringing you another video. This is going to be the continuation of the first Spintires Mud Runner. This is the map The BOG. This will be the finish and final part of that map. I did speed it up a little bit, so it looks like, you know, the trucks are probably moving a little quicker than they do for you, especially on hardcore mode. This is the continuation on hardcore mode. We're going to finish it up today. You can see we left off basically with the trucks loaded, I believe. Yeah, the trucks were loaded and ready to go. This is going to be the transportation, refueling and fixing everything up as we go. As you can see, I'm making sure everything's repaired, because on hardcore mode, from what I have gathered and from what I've experienced, it tends to use more fuel on your vehicles if they're damaged, especially if they're extremely damaged. You can see what I did there just to move that truck out of my way. I connected the winch to it and moved him up. Definitely don't want that truck dragging the swamp truck. We'd rather have the swamp truck here. These 8x8s, guys, are freaking amazing trucks. They're a little slow, but they just barrel through stuff. It's amazing, especially the water in the swampy areas. I can see why they're great for like the point trucks and stuff, you know, for pulling the other heavier loads. And you'll see in future updates or future videos for sure, if I continue this series, where I use the swamp truck to go across the swamps, across the big lake spaces, open lake spaces. Once I have access to choosing that truck, I believe I choose it almost every time. It's a 4-star choice, so it uses a lot of your points. You know, I don't know how much y'all know about this game, but in the beginning, when you're looking at the map, you get to choose how many vehicles or what point system. You know, each map has its own point system that they allow you to have on hardcore mode and casual as well. But your choices are even more critical on hardcore, because you have to load the logs yourself. As you saw in the last video, I spent the last 15 minutes of the video, 10 minutes of the video, just loading logs into trucks. And it's pretty neat, but it is a time-consuming job. It's not like the casual mode where you can just pull up to the loading dock and click to load and it loads for you and you get an instant load. That instant gratification of having a full load of loaded truck and just being able to drive off is gone. So your time consumption becomes inevitable. I mean, there's nothing you can do to avoid it, really. I chose this direction. I know a lot of people go across the open area, and I have done that way. And I actually did that just on a test run with a 6-point load, 2 6-point loads, to try to get the achievement the other day. And I ran into a lot of boggy areas. There's a reason this place is called the Bog, and it is no joke very difficult to go through the field directly south of the kiosk where you load your trucks. So in my personal experience, it's easier if you're going to be able to, if you're wanting to just be able to beat the mission and move on. These kind of trucks with a single load and maybe a trailer, but I'm telling you, it's way easier if you single load it. Like this, the truck behind the swamp truck here, the 8x8, has, I believe, a 4-point load. And that's another mistake that I made on this video. I ended up having to go back for another load. I should have been pulling a trailer with this swamp truck that had another 3-point load on. Yes, spoiler alert. Whenever I get there, I have to do it again. But you'll see my recovery option is pretty limited in time. It didn't take too much longer than what I had. But this cut through right here is definitely a difficult feat if you're not careful. But the cool thing is, you see how my truck is low on fuel. The really cool thing here is there's a fuel station right around the corner. So you hit that and then you start this trip again with full, whoa, almost freaking nailed that tree. Holy crap. Yeah, the 8x8s, by the way, the turning radius is pretty rough. But not only that, like when you get going and it shifts into that third gear and you turn, it takes a lot of time to turn the front four wheels on that vehicle. It is insane. See, I went and left my 4-point load. This is a medium haul trailer, so a medium log trailer. So it's not too bad, but definitely probably need that point vehicle like I'm using the swamp truck for to make it easier. And just so you know, on hardcore mode, to use the differential lock mechanisms, you have to be in manual. There's only a few vehicles like the 8x8, the B66 fueling truck. There's a few of them, only a handful, that are always diff locked. And those you don't have to worry about it. You can stay in auto mode. But if you're wanting, see, you can see my diff lock's on now. Because when you get into mud, man, that diff lock makes a huge difference in the rear when those tires work together rather than, you know, killing off when they get too much grip. And for you guys that are actual 4x4s, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, see this trailer right here that I'm passing. I should have been paying attention, and I should have loaded that trailer too and be pulling that trailer too. So I did this in one trip, but that's all right. It's whatever. I mean, it was worth the trip. Like I said, this was my first hardcore mission, and I believe I did it all in one day, one sitting. So it was like 2.5 hours of gameplay, all just one map. It was neat. It was a neat experience. This game in general is a really neat game. I really hope they expand it, like we talked about in the last video. There's a lot of things they can do to make this more challenging, you know, such as adding more mills or making the number greater or allowing you to adjust it yourself, you know, even. I think it'd be neat if you could adjust that to where you had to make 12 points, or, you know, this one may only need 6 points, but this one needs 20 points, or, you know, that type deal, just to make it a little bit longer game maybe. And just, I know it's already a fairly long game, don't get me wrong, but more challenging, I guess. That would be the thing I should have said. You just want that challenge. And driving a vehicle in the mud is definitely challenging, especially when it's so swampy and you've got lower horsepower vehicles. You know, these trucks aren't really they're not really made, they're kind of heavy, especially when you go start throwing logs on top of them. So it makes it really difficult for those vehicles to move in the thick mud. I mean, look at these trenches and the wheel wells. It's amazing how these trucks just keep going, and he's pulling another truck. And for those of you that don't know, you can interact with the other vehicle behind you. You're not just towing. His engine is on and he is pushing the gas. He pushes the gas even more and will accelerate beyond that point if you hold down the Y button. Whoa, look at that bridge, man. You talk about heart ripping. Oh, dude. Can you imagine getting this far and then bloop, your trailer falls off? Whoa, there I go, not paying attention to where my other truck's going. That's why you definitely, across bridges, shouldn't pull. I should not have towed. I should have released the winch, and that way that truck I could drive across separately, and then we could hook back up on the other side. So, but anyways, I'm gonna let the rest of this video play itself out. I'm probably about another 10 minutes away from the final part of the game. I'm not going to sit here and bore you to death with my audio. I'll just let the gameplay show itself. If you want to fast forward, you can. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my videos, and we will catch y'all on the next mission. Hopefully going to get around to that tomorrow or the next day. I want to try to get one more map completed this week, so that's a couple of videos probably at least. But I do appreciate the views, and guys, let's help me hit that 1,000 mark on the subs. As you know, the threshold for monetizing your YouTube channel has now been adjusted, and it's got a 30-day window for me to get my 1,000 subs. Even if you don't watch all my content, if you have, something specific, or you'd like to see more of something specific, please leave a comment, like and subscribe as well, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.